Welcome back, Pokemon trainers. Professor Chaz here, the lab coat's on back order, and it's time for episode 39 of the Pokemon Blue playthrough. In the last episode, as you can see on the right side of the screen, we did pick up our 7th Pokemon League badge, leaving just one left after defeating Blaine, the Cinnabar Island gym leader. So let's take a look at the team as it is, because we actually added a new Pokemon into the collection. First of all, let's take a look at Pikachu at level 41. He came in pretty good with the gym battle earlier in the last episode. He's got Thunder Shock, Body Slam, Thunder Wave, and Flash. Next here we see Squeak, the level 40 Raticate, with a speed of a nice round 100. He's got Hyper Fang, Quick Attack, Focus Energy, and Tail Whip. Next we see Shelbert the Squirtle, our starter from Professor Oak in Pallet Town, level 41. He's got Surf, Ice Beam, Bite, and Withdraw. Next we see Rocky the Sandslash with a massive 109 attack stat, 105 defense. He's also level 41. He's got Dig, Rock Slide, Cut, and Sand Attack. Next we have Chirp, our level 40 Pidgeot, I was going to say level 41, with a speed of 97. He's almost breaking the 100 on that. Fly, Quick Attack, Sand Attack, and Whirlwind is the moveset. And finally, the newest addition to the collection is our level 6 Charmander, which, story-wise, from the stories I used to write, we actually got from Blaine, the gym leader himself. He's only level 6 right now. He's got Scratch and Growl, but we're going to get him trained up eventually. But first and foremost, we're going to switch things around because Squeak needs the level next. We're going to put him into the lead as we continue surfing north from Cinnabar Island and checking out where this route connects us to. So let's hop on our Squirtle and go for a nice, relaxing swim in the ocean, the sea, whatever you want to call it, the river. It's not actually the river, this is the coastline. But as we surf up north, I am going to let you know that a little bit of a sort of a spoiler-ish type thing for the immediate future of this playthrough. So, as I mentioned, I would write stories that coincided with my adventures as I went through them in my original Blue game, and I had quite a decent number of followers reading these stories, and I actually had the stories coinciding with the anime as well, because I like the idea that in the anime, they never specifically state who the other two Pallet Town trainers are. We only know of Ash and Gary, but we know that there's two others out there. And I like how they left it open-ended that it could, you can consider yourself and your rival in-game to be those other two trainers. So therefore, that's where my stories come in. That, I was telling the story of the other two trainers, myself and my rival, that you never actually got to see. The sea cleanses my body and soul. Nice. So, what happens at this point now, I'm heading back north to a familiar town that we've actually been to. I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm sure everybody out there knows anyway. But by the time I get back to that town, we will have done a complete loop around of the Kanto region, except for heading up to the Elite Four itself. At this point in the anime, I sort of clocked it out that I think every hour of gameplay for me, or every half hour, something like that, equaled a day in the adventures of Ash Ketchum. So as it turns out, at this point of the adventure, of the story that I've been going through, Ash hasn't even gone through half of his episodes of the anime, because you know how many filler episodes there are in the anime. So he still has a ways to go. Yeah, I know, quite a ways to go. It's quite shocking, isn't it? I like the mountains, too. Do they cleanse your body and soul? What's wrong with me swimming? Nothing! Who said there was? Alright, you gotta settle down there. Calm yourself. Anyways... Okay! There's nothing wrong with swimming, It's a good activity, good, what would you call it? Cardio type thing to work off some extra weight, maybe? Anyways, so yes, Ash still has quite a ways to go before the Pokemon League showdown at Indigo Plateau. And I wanted to work my stories in a way that me and Ash, or rather I should say Ash and I'm trying to learn how to speak properly. So anyway, Ash and myself, Squeak hits level 41. I wanted to have it so that we both... Wait a minute. Super Fang! Squeak can't learn more than 4 moves. Delete an older move? What move do we not need? What move is really not doing anything for the moveset? Oops, I hit a button! Poof! Oh no, we forgot Focus Energy, but we learned Super Fang. Excellent! Focus Energy was a blank slate, or a blank slot to begin with. We're not missing that. Anyhow, so, I did want to have it that Ash and myself were in the league at the same time, possibly have some sort of I see his battles, maybe he sees my battles. So, what this means is, in the actual playthrough of my original game, I go through the Kanto region a second time, capturing more Pokemon. First of all, what do you have to say? Cheap shot. I didn't say anything about your weight. What are you talking about? Oh, wait a minute. I look like what? A studded inner tube? Get lost. Now, I didn't say it, but I might have thought... No, I didn't even think it. That's just mean. I would never think that. Rather, I would never say that. Let's go with that. That's more of a safer bet. But, so, I'm going to start going through a second sort of playthrough of the Kanto region. I got a big haul. Want to go for it? Let's go for it. And, like, originally on my first run through Kanto, I only wanted to really capture Pokemon that I was intending to use as my main battling team. And, you know, legendaries and one-time encounters like the two Snorlax, Zapdos, and Articuno. But now that I've completely done that, what I want to do now is start adding Pokemon into my collection to give me more type versatility for some battles to come. And that's what we're going to do. As soon as we make it back to the first town that we're going to surf up to, then we're going to start going through and collecting. But what I'm actually going to do, it's going to be really boring for you all to sit through several, say, dozen episodes of me doing nothing but capturing Pokemon and grinding them up. So therefore, when it comes to capturing new Pokemon and evolving them, I will show the regular footage for that. The remainder of it, I'm actually going to speed through as sort of a grinding montage. And I just want to sort of get closer to the end of this main Pokemon Blue storyline so that we can actually move on to the future generations. And that being the case, I want to get to the point of the collection that I currently have in the Omega Ruby game that you guys have been seeing in the Wi-Fi battles. The other thing is I could just, completely jump cut to the point when I have everyone in my collection and they've already evolved, but I don't feel that's going to showcase where they come from. You'd just be seeing basically the Omega Ruby team. You'd be like, oh, here's a collection of Pokemon that I now have. No, I want to actually show off the process of me actually adding them to the team, the struggle of capturing them sometimes, and the inclusion of them in the team, plus the evolutions and stuff. So hopefully I can speed through it relatively fast, and I don't want to have too many episodes of just that, but there's no telling how long it's going to take. What this means actually is every time I record an episode of this, I'm going to probably have to sit down for 3 hours to get all the footage done. Darn Magikarp! I wasn't even paying attention that I just knocked out all 6 right like that. I seem to only catch Magikarp. Well, if you somehow level 1... If I had a rare candy, I would give one to this gentleman so he could actually get a Gyarados and start switch training. You want to know if the fish are biting? I would love to know. In fact, that's the only thing I care about right now. But regardless, so as I'm saying, we're going to start doing some grinding and captures and evolution and just adding more Pokemon into the team and showing where my current collection comes from. Now, of course, I don't have, there's my Johto team eventually, and then my Hoenn team and Sinnoh team. We're going to get to those eventually. I'm just going to go through and capture my Kanto team members as I had them back in the original Pokemon Blue. But let's deal with this fisherman first. Hopefully there's not too many more trainers, because I would like to start adding more Pokemon into the team as soon as possible within this episode, if I'm able to. Blaze is the start. We get some pretty dastardly experience off of that Goldeen, but we hit level 100, we hit points of 100 for the speed stat for Chirp. Let's go for Fly on this Seaking. I wonder when these things learn Horn Drill. Hopefully not anytime soon. Okay, every time I see Horn attack, my brain processes the word Horn. I am fearing the word Drill, or even just the letter D appearing next. But fortunately, that is not the case. This one is also level 28. You must not have Horn Drill yet. You have Supersonic, though. Does nothing because we're in the air. And there's the Horn attack. Okay, so I also should point out that, as we all know, in the anime, well, I'm not going to say it because in case anyone happens to not know Pokemon Blue, I'm not going to say who the gym leader of Viridian Gym is. Dang! Well, you're going to have to wait and find out, sir. I know you're upset, but just hold on and watch the playthrough. I can't catch anything good. Actually, Seaking can be pretty good once you get that Lightning Rod ability, and my Tauros tries to go for a Wild Charge, because I don't know Pokemon sometimes. But yeah, Seaking, I've heard people talk about Seaking. It should have some sort of new evolution, or maybe make a Seaking. That would be pretty interesting. But Seaking itself, you don't really see a lot of use out of it. And Chirp hit level 41. Let me see if we can switch somebody else. Who's level 40? No one. So let's just put Shelver to the front. No, let's just speed through this. I'm going to put Pikachu to the front. That way we can just Thunder Shock our way through whatever we find. But I think we're coming to the end of this sea route. Of course, there is grass here. We get a random encounter before heading up. I just want to see what we find. there is a certain Pokemon that you can only find in this area, and it is Raticate. No, it's not. It's actually Tangela. I'm pretty sure this is the only area that you can find Tangela. Let's just go ahead and body slam this Raticate, just for good measure. Okay, I was going to say, don't go for an attack against us. No, you know what? I'm just going to actually let this Raticate go. We don't need the experience that much, and I would feel a little bit cruel. But now we're going to hop on Shelbert once more, get past this tiny little barricade, and we find ourselves in a familiar-looking town. Pallet Town. Shades of your journey await. Shades of the past as well, because of course this is our hometown. First things first, I want to heal my team. Chaz, you should take a quick rest. Thank you, Mom. I will do so. My team is fully healed. Oh good, you and your Pokemon are looking great. Take care now. I wonder if the Stand By Me is still on here. And maybe I won't sing Lean On Me when I'm talking about Stand By Me this time. There's a movie on TV, 4 boys are walking on railroad tracks. I better go too. I'm not gonna sing. Alright, since we're here in Pallet Town, let's just check in with Professor Oak and show him how well the Pokedex is doing. We don't have a lot of entries, but we have a pretty decent amount of legendary and rare encounters.
Good to see you. How is your Pokedex coming? Here, let me take a look.
Pokedex... I'll see it in his voice.
Pokedex completion is...
No, I'll do this as the Pokedex itself.
119 Pokemon seen.
19 Pokemon owned. Professor Oak's rating.
You're on the right track. Get a Flash HM from my aid.
I've done that, thank you. Pikachu has that. Alright, so that is all we're going to actually do here in Pallet Town. Should we check in with our rival sister? Let's see if she has anything new to say, since we're here. I'll probably never come back to Pallet Town again, unfortunately. Sorry, Mom. Pokemon are living things. If they get tired, give them a rest. Good advice. Alright, so now that we are in a low-level area, now we can start training Blaze up. So, we're close to halfway through the episode. I am tempted to start doing speed up here, but we're just gonna... Yeah, I was gonna fly to Viridian City, but I thought, no, let's just go ahead and get some wild encounters, maybe get some more levels for Blaze along the way. But, back to what I was saying previously about the gym. Now, as you first go through the game, you find out that Viridian Gym is actually locked. And it takes I think you have to get all 7 badges of the initial, like the first 7, to have the gym accessible and go for the final gym leader, which I, of course, like I say, will not tell you who that is yet, but what I said at this point in the stories is the gym was actually still locked at this point, and Blaze hits level 7. So, story-wise, I say the gym is still locked at this point. That gives me reason to start going around and checking for new Pokemon and adding more to the team. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to Viridian City, and we're going to start our next part of the adventure from there. And I already have the next capture in mind. Once we actually... I gotta check the Pokeballs, too. I think we're probably pretty good. I'm quite sure I would have stocked up well before going for the legendary birds. And the 2 Snorlax, of course. But... I was going to say, Dozer might have taken a lot of Pokeballs out of us, but no, if we recall, we actually caught her on the very first Pokeball I threw, thanks to Chirp the Pidgeot. Look, you're going to make me walk through more grass, aren't you? Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we're here back in Viridian City. There we go. Waiting for the color change. And we don't need a heal up yet. We're going to go and check... Why don't I just check my items now? 28 Pokeballs. I've got money. I'm going to buy some more, actually. And should I get potions? Maybe. I think Super Potions are going to be a little bit too much for the Pokemon at these low levels to heal up. So we're going to go with... I'll grab another 20 Pokeballs. It puts us almost at 50. And we're going to buy some... Never mind, we have no potions here in Viridian City. I forgot about that. Now, here's something I didn't know. I remember coming up here thinking that there was a hidden item behind this bush. And I actually didn't go. I couldn't find the hidden item. As it turns out, it's in the hidden bush. But I have no room for potions anyway. Never mind. I guess Super Potions are going to be the way to go. So, there's not much to do in Viridian City. We're just coming right up here. We're going to go into Viridian Forest next. And we're going to get some training for Blaze, but we're actually going to add the next member of the collection. Now, if you watched the Pokemon Omega Ruby rotation battles yesterday, you have seen the Pokemon that we are going to add to the team. First of all, let's see... No, you know what? I completely forgot. I have to go and make some space in the computer, the PC. I believe in Gen 1, there was only space for 20 Pokemon in each of your PC boxes. And if your box is full, you cannot use a Pokeball. It actually tells you, there's no room in the box, free up some space first. So I could speed things up by hopping on the bicycle, which I just remembered I have. And let's head down to the Pokemon Center, which I could have actually sped up even more by flying to. Man, I'm good at this game. So what we're going to do now is deposit the Pokemon that we're not going to be using for the time being. So, sorry Chirp, we are going to let you sit out for a while. We are going to let Rocky sit out for a while. And we're also going to let Squeak sit out for a while. As I said before, Shelbert and Pikachu are considered my main team members. They're going to stay with me. And Blaze, of course, is going to stay with me as well, because he is the one we are currently training. But now we've got space to add some more Pokemon to the team. So we're going to bike on back to Viridian Forest. We're going to skip past the grass outside. It's inside that we want to make our encounter. Alright, so we hop off our bike in here, which was good. I didn't want to sort of speed through the grass in here, although it does speed up the encounter rate. But bear with me as we try to find a relatively rare encounter in Pokemon Blue. And this could very well be it here. Nope, it's going to be a Caterpie, so we're just going to run from this. No, actually, what am I thinking? We actually got to get some training for Blaze. Now, the problem is, Shelbert and Pikachu are at like level, what, 40,000? Or at least level 40. They're not going to be able to weaken anything, but we do have Blaze here for some scratch attacks. We can also go with Pikachu's Thunder Wave and cause paralysis too. We don't have Jiggles the Wigglytuff anymore to sing things to sleep. I'm pretty sure when it comes to capturing Pokemon, Sing has the better effect on the catch rate. And you see Blaze is actually leveling up pretty fast because he's considered a traded Pokemon thanks to getting him from Blaine, the gym leader. But come on now, let's see how long it takes to find this rare encounter. Alright, what do we find? I'm circling this area. I'm going to go into a deeper area of grass, like thicker grass. Here we go, this is it. We finally find a Caterpie. Never mind. So I might actually, yeah, I'm going to speed this up until we find the rare encounter, so bear with me. There, finally! Oh man, you won't believe how long this took! Alright, this is the Pokemon we're looking for. In fact, I had to stop training Blaze because I don't want him to evolve just yet. So, we're going to Thunder Wave this. Paralyze it immediately. Blaze is now too high of a level to actually weaken this without knocking it out in a single hit. So we gotta hope the paralysis comes through as we go to the item and choose the Pokeball. Come on, let's see if this does the trick. The old man caught it without any sort of status condition. There we go. Weedle was caught. Finally found one. New Pokedex data will be added for Weedle.
Weedle, the hairy bug Pokemon, often found in forests eating leaves. It has a sharp venomous stinger on its head.
And that Pokedex description fits the name I'm going to give it so awesomely. As you know, if you did watch the Omega Ruby rotation battle this past Saturday, we do have Stinger the Beedrill. Creative name? Maybe not. But it fits pretty well with a Beedrill. Okay, Stinger has been added to the team. Let's take a look at his stats here. Of course, as a Weedle, he doesn't have that much to work with. He's got attack of 7, speed of 8. Actually, that's not too bad. I wonder if he is hasty like he is in the current generation. So we're going to put him to the lead. We're actually going to head back to the Pokemon Center and get a heal up. And we can't actually fly because we don't have Chirp. I wonder if we should go to the Pewter City Center. Yeah, let's do that. But first of all, we do have an encounter, a Metapod. Now, since I don't want... Actually, I'm just going to use a Paralyze Heal right now. I'm going to let Stinger get this battle all by himself. It's going to take a while, but it took a while to get him anyway, so what's a little bit more time, right? Of course, this is going to harden. We could get a critical hit with our nice high speed stat, but we could get the Poison if we're lucky as well. I think it's a 1 in 10 chance to Poison with Poison Sting. Not just yet. Oh, I forgot, it's super effective against Bug, too. This is actually a pretty good attack to have right now. But even those hardens aren't really helping it this much. Look at this. One more Sting is going to take it out. Stinger is a powerhouse. Look at this guy. It was pretty awesome. We finally added him to the team, and we land with a critical hit, of course. It has to be critical in the last hit, because why not? And he already hits level 4. Speed is now 9. Special is pretty terrible, but that's to be expected. So let us continue our way through the forest. You know, if you actually were paying attention during that little, not grinding exactly, but I guess it was grinding, that montage, you might have noticed that we encountered a couple of Kakuna and actually 2 Pikachu, which I believe are supposed to be even more rare than Weedle, before we actually found Stinger here. So, how's that for luck? So this is a lower level Metapod. We're now outspeeding it with our 1 level higher Stinger. And can we get the... Well, of course we're going to get the knockout. Metapod can't do anything but harden back at us. And we actually land the poison on, what was that, our 8th poison sting that we've used? So, poison damage. I think 1 more sting should get it, but if not, the poison damage after the turn will drop it. Anyway, we got the knockout. Another level for Stinger. So he is, of course, a bug Pokemon. He's going to evolve pretty quickly. But I'm just going to get through this forest and heal up once again. And I gotta sort of... This is going to be the tricky part for me as a sort of, you know, recording and editing and stuff. I have to figure out exactly how long is this video going to be by the end of all of the speed up. And hopefully I can figure that out. And we're actually out leveling this Caterpie. I was thinking since it can fight back, I might not want to battle it, but actually, nope, Stinger's doing pretty good on his own. We don't need no Charmander to help us out here. And we tackle... hardly any damage. Alright, down goes the Caterpie. Do we gain another level off of that one? I kind of didn't think we would. The Metapod give much better experience because they have the better stats, of course. But we are free. In fact, I could have just biked my way. But I can't here, of course, because I'm inside a building. But out here, I'm going to hop on the bike, go for a quick heal up. Because we finally have that Weedle. Again, it took over 20 minutes of searching, passing by 2 Pikachu along the way, to finally get this super, super rare encounter. Now, it's interesting. See that Clefairy-like, Jigglypuff-like thing off to the left? In Pokemon Yellow, when you have Pikachu following you, if you actually speak to that, it still sings. But when you walk away, Pikachu doesn't move. And you go back and check on Pikachu, and it's actually sleeping, which is kind of funny. Alright, let's head back down to the forest. And as we walk in through the building, we're going to begin another part of the grinding montage up until an evolution. So let's begin. drop that Metapod, Stinger hits level 7, getting a nice attack stat of 11 and speed of 13. Let's see what happens after evolution though, because of course the stats I believe will change. So Stinger is evolving into Kakuna, his next form. He is one step closer to becoming the Beedrill and eventual Mega Beedrill that we all know and love. Alright, Stinger has evolved into Kakuna. Let's check the Pokedex. In fact, we didn't actually read Charmander yet, I don't believe. Did we? Blizzard, obviously. I think I might have. I'm gonna go skip to Kakuna. If we didn't read Charmander's data, I apologize, Blaze. Actually, no, we didn't. Kakuna, the Cocoon Pokemon. Almost incapable of moving, this Pokemon can only harden its shell to protect itself from predators. Oh yeah? Well, he had a pretty decent attack stat of 11. I think he can fight back pretty well. Look at this attack. Well, down to 10. Speed's down to 11. But defense has gone up to 12. Of course, still just Poison Sting and String Shot. But I think we're actually going to end the episode here. We're just going to head back to Pewter City and heal up and save. Because, well, we're going to fight our way through, of course. But I think that's really all we can get accomplished for this first episode. And this is sort of an experiment for me to see how long this episode turns out to be after all the speed up. If I'm estimating things right, we're at a pretty decent, almost a half-hour mark. So, we're going to see how this plays out. And you see the attack stat. If we actually still had it, we would have dropped this Caterpie in 2 stings, but it does take the 3rd one. Down it goes anyway. And get a little bit more experience for Stinger the Kakuna as we escape Viridian Forest and bike back to Pewter City. So as I do so, I'd like to say thank you for everybody that's checking out this episode, and let me know what you think so far. As I say, hopefully it's not going to be too boring doing this grinding, but I want to show you exactly where all of my Pokemon came from. And this actually is a pretty good example of showing how long it can take to catch certain Pokemon, because as you might know from some of the team that I've been using in the Wi-Fi battles already, some of my Pokemon are relatively rare, which means we're going to be in for some pretty long searching for these Pokemon. As we save the game here, we are going to end off the episode. So I want to say thank you once again for checking out this episode. Leave me a comment below, let me know what you thought so far, and any highlights from the episodes thus far in the series, and anything you're looking forward to in the future. With all that, I'm going to say thank you once more. I think it's the 3rd time I've said this. Thanks for watching the episode, and I'll catch you next time.